Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Welcome to this Yoga for Flexibility class. When you want to practice with me in depth, be sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video, leave me a comment, and then check out my online channel, Omstars.com. I'd love to see you there. Let's get started in a comfortable seated position and close the eyes. Bring the hands in prayer position, a long, deep breath in. As you exhale, let's softly open the eyes. We're going to begin this practice by releasing the neck. So stay in a comfortable seated position, and then let's drop your head over to one side and drop the opposite shoulder. Take a moment and kind of move forward and back until you can feel some increased mobility, kind of returning to the head, the neck, the shoulder region. Then let's add the opposite arm in, moving the ear away from the shoulder. And we'll stay here for one, deep breathing. Find the release. 2, find the space. 3, 4, almost there. 5, all right, that's good. Let's go over to the other side, nice and slowly. Drop the shoulder down, take a moment, rolling the head forward and down. Keep the action going until you can find, yeah, that's the spot that needs it for you. Then add in the arm, hand, letting those separate, and we'll stay for 1. It could be quite intense, that's normal. 2, but don't pull with that upper arm. Just let the hand hang like a weight on the head. 3, 4, almost there. 5, let's let it release. Come back into the center. And then we're going to work with lifting the chest. So maintaining a comfortable seated position. If it's difficult to pivot the pelvis forward, you're going to grab a blanket and sit on the blanket. But let's see if we can pivot the pelvis forward. If you need that assistance, that's just a light little extra support underneath the pelvis. Then lift the center of the chest up as much as possible, rolling the shoulders lightly forward, and then taking the hands back behind. Inhale, let's lift the center of the chest up and explore dropping the head back or keeping it slightly elevated. Find what feels better for you, and we'll stay there. We're stretching the wrists at the same time, the chest and the shoulders for 2, 3, expanding the center of the chest. 4, almost there. 5, slide yourself off of the blankets if you were using them, and then slowly now rotate the tailbone lightly under and just let the head hang forward and down, stretching the neck in the opposite direction. We'll stay here for 1, 2, 3, touching the chin all the way down to the chest, maybe even giving yourself a little light, a very little light pull for 4, almost there. 5, good job. Come up, give the head a light shake. Let's move the blanket out of the way. Take a moment, feel the blood circulation through the head, the neck, the shoulders. Then let's walk the feet a little bit back, taking them hips width apart. Push forward into a squat. Inhale, we'll come up, dangling the torso down, layering your arms over each other. We're going to take a hanging forward fold for 5 breaths. So we have 1, deep breath in, deep breath out. 2, drawing the navel in, letting it release. 3, 4, almost there. 5, release the hands, let's bend the knees, let's wrap the fingers around the big toes. Inhale, let's straighten the arms, all right? Let's have a big breath in, and then exhale, fold. And we'll stay for 1, steady breathing. 2, lean a little forward, try to straighten the legs. 3, shoulders away from the ears. for 4, and 5. Let's bend the knees, taking the hands forward. Inhale, step back to downward facing dog. We'll stay here breathing. We have 1, moving the shoulders away from each other. 2, letting the breath release everything that the body and the mind might be ready to release. Just let it go for 4. And 5. Let's switch the gaze forward. Step your left foot forward. We're going to pivot over to the side for the wide leg position. Come up onto your fingertips. Inhale a big breath in and exhale here. Slowly reach your hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Inhale a big breath in and then exhale, fold, leaning forward. Eventually, head reaches towards the ground, but don't push. Just get the feeling. Palms reaching towards each other. If this is difficult, you can hold on to a strap and lean forward, letting the head pivot so that we can get more space. All right, we'll stay here for 1. If your hands don't touch the ground, it's okay. Just stay wherever it works for you. 2, 3, easy does it. 4, almost there. 5, inhale, we'll come halfway up. Exhale, hands on the ground. Stay there for a moment. Let's turn the feet in and then come down to a nice wide goddess squat. All right, knees out to the side, hold on to the knees, and we'll stay here. You can go a little side to side for a moment. All right, that's good. And we stay engaging the legs. We have 1, try to turn the feet out completely. That's good. 2, the navel is in, deep breaths. 3, 4, almost there. 5, let's turn it up a notch. Let's drop that right shoulder forward and work the inner thighs. So we've got 1, 2, the navel in, the butt back a little bit. 3, 4, almost there. 5, and back to the center. Drop that left shoulder down, and we have 1. Steady breathing. 2, 3, almost there. 4, and 5. Straighten the legs, take the hands down. Inhale a big breath in, and then exhale, forward fold. Top of the head points to the ground. Deep breaths. 1, the navel is in. 2, 3, keep it steady. 4, almost there. 5. Inhale, lift the center of the chest. Exhale here. Bend your knees, walking the hands forward. And then exhale, let's take a step back and we can sit all the way down. All right, bring your feet together. Let's glide that blanket underneath the hips for a moment. And this is the place where if your knees are very elevated or if there's any pain on the outsides of the knees, we do want to place the blocks underneath the knees to provide better support. Okay, so you can determine whether or not you need those blocks, and then we'll hold Baddha Konasana for 5 breaths. Lift the center of the chest and deep breathing. 1, nice and easy. 2, 3, 4, 5, let's pivot forward. Inhale, a big breath in. And exhale, slowly sending the chest forward. 5 more breaths. And try to find that pivot inside the pelvis. So we're going for a little bit of an anterior tilt of the pelvis. It's going to feel like the pubic bone moves back and the sitting bones move back. We'll stay for 5 breaths. If you don't go all the way forward, it's okay. Just get that pivot deep in the center of the pelvis. 3, engage a little bit the legs. 4, keep drawing the navel in. 5, inhale, we'll come all the way up. Let's slide the blanket away if we've had that under. Rotate your tailbone under. Tuck the chin in and then exhale, round the back to fold. 5 more breaths. 1, steady breathing. 2, 3, Keep breathing. 4. And 5. Inhale, we'll come all the way up. Exhale here, release your feet, and draw the feet towards each other. And then let's roll the spine down. All right, we're gonna roll gently down. Okay, let's stay here for a moment. The sacrum on the ground, the feet a little bit away from each other. Feel the nervous system releasing. Then slowly inhale, let's draw the knees up into the chest, and then straightening the legs. Staying here for a few breaths as we straighten the legs, letting the femurs settle into their sockets, letting the legs get comfortable in this position. Then let's slowly separate the legs for the reclining straddle. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. This can be very intense, so if you need to support the legs a little bit from underneath, you can take support from the hands, or we can take the blocks or the blankets and place those underneath your thighs. It's only 5 breaths, so we'll stay for 1, 2, keep breathing, 3, easy does it, no stress, 4, almost there, 5, slowly bring the legs back together, bend the knees again into the chest, this time keep them a little bit open, point the soles of the feet up to the ceiling, reach up, happy baby pose, and we'll hold for another 5 breaths. 1, give a little bit of weight to the hands, while at the same time feeling the ease around the hip joints, drawing the navel a little bit in, making sure that you're not over rounding the back, so you don't want to squeeze from the abdominal muscles, but let the abdominal muscles find a point of release. And you can play around with how wide apart you want your feet or how close you want your feet to be together. All right, so let's stay here for 3 more breaths, letting the body release, feeling the movement through the inner thighs. 2 more breaths. Let's do 1 more breath, and then we'll straighten the legs. As you straighten the legs, let's change the hand position and hold on to the heels. And we'll stay for 1. If you can't hold the heels, just hold anywhere that's comfortable for you. 1, 5 more breaths. Do not over round the torso. 2, 3, keep it easy. 4, almost there. Last breath. 5, let's bend the knees. Reach down, interlace the fingers around the feet. Stay here for a moment with the knees back to that Baddha Konasana shape. And then exhale, let's just rest the feet on the ground. Extend the arms and legs, rest for a few moments. Let the hips release. You can give your feet a little shake so that release comes all the way through the pelvis. You can give the pelvis a little shake, the torso and the shoulders and the head, and then rest for a moment. Let all the work of the flexibility practice integrate with the understanding that it takes consistency. So if you found this practice difficult, come back to it and do it over and over again so that your body can start to slowly acclimate to the practice. A long, deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's reawaken slowly, bending the knees and the elbows, drawing the knees up into your chest. As you exhale, let's roll over onto the side. And inhale, we'll come all the way back up. Find a comfortable seated position. Close the eyes again. Let's bring the hands together. A long, deep breath in. As you exhale, let's softly open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on this practice. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love.